Around the Department of Defense this week. This is your DoD Weekly News Recap.
Middle East partnerships. I'm Petty Officer Ashley Guire. Defense Secretary James Mattis met with partners at Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar to discuss our combined partnerships in the Middle East.
As I highlighted recently in Manama, the United States supports exploring an inclusive Mideast strategic alliance, a concept born in your region, and one that brings together all partners to address shared challenges.
The Combined Air Operations Center at Al Udeid is home to 15 partner nations.
We are committed to working by, with, and through allies and partners across the region to make this concept a reality and to deter hostile.
In the fight against terrorism, coalition forces in Iraq and Syria continue to defeat ISIS.
The coalition and our Syrian Democratic Force partners are fighting ISIS in the last area of real physical terrain which they hold in the middle Euphrates River Valley around the town of Hajin.
And coalition forces in Syria are doing more than just combating ISIS.
With the security successfully provided by the coalition's partner force in the deconfliction zone, the UN and the Syrian Arab Red Crescent delivered 10,475 food parcels and flour bags, clothes for 18,000 children, and over 10,000 hygiene kits and plastic sheets.
Progress is also being made in Iraq with a new NATO mission on the horizon.
The new mission, NATO Mission Iraq, is expected to be fully set up in early 2019. It will be a non-combat mission and will have advisors working closely with officials of the Iraqi Ministry of Defense and the Office of the National Security Advisor to help Iraq build a more effective, sustainable, inclusive and transparent defense sector.
Russia and the U.S. are equally matched, and the general in charge of the U.S. nuclear arsenal says that's a good thing.
Right now, that number is 1,550 deployed nuclear weapons. The Russians have 1,550 deployed strategic nuclear weapons on the New START Treaty, and because of that, it creates a certain element of strategic stability. In the nuclear business, strategic stability is actually good.
The general says U.S. nuclear capabilities are safe, secure, ready, and reliable, and has no worries about carrying out his mission, but says the country must invest to keep it that way.
As the STRATCOM commander, my advice is that we need to have a force that can respond to any threat that is in the world today. We have adversaries that have spent enormous amounts of their gross national product to build those weapons. And so therefore I have to have forces ready to respond to the threat that is deployed against us. And it is deployed against us every day.
The military is sending another astronaut into space, and this time around it's an Army officer making the trip. Lieutenant Colonel Anne McLean is in Star City, Russia, preparing for a December 3rd launch to the International Space Station. She is part of the 3-person crew to launch from Kazakhstan aboard a Soyuz MS-11 spacecraft and rocket, and will be the first active-duty Army officer to be in space since 2010. That's your DoD News Weekly Recap. I'm Petty Officer Ashley Guire. For more stories about your military, visit defense.gov.